welcome back to Forum Theater's interactive video series, Open Access. Today we are chatting with Michael Dove, who is the director of Scorched, as well as the artistic director of Forum Theater. So Michael, tell me how you came across Scorched as for a potential production for Forum.
The play was actually brought to me by Julia Harmon-Kane, our managing director. She had read it a few years ago, and when we were starting to talk about this next season, she gave me a copy of it. And so I read it actually on the plane on the way to Toronto. I went to Toronto to see some shows this year in Canada. And I met with the folks at Tarragon Theatre who did the English language premiere. So I got to talking to them about it and really kind of fell in love with it. And just knew pretty much on the first read that it was something I really wanted, not only for Forum to do, but I wanted to direct personally. As far as like approach to the play specifically, I like that it's just kind of a good old-fashioned mystery play in a lot of ways, which is, I feel like I'm putting my Hitchcock hat on a lot of times, and so it's really fun to play with suspense and play with sort of these details of the play that unravel slowly and unravel for the characters. So that's been something that's been really important as far as the storytelling aspect of it.
How has it been working with this cast of actors? I know there's some that you've worked with before, and I think there's some new ones. How's it been?
No, there's a lot of new people actually, which is really cool. I think people who've seen Forum shows will definitely recognize Alexander Strain, who's a company member of ours. But it's my first time working with people like Rachel Beauregard, Amy McWilliams, Joe Thornhill, and so there's certainly a lot of people who are new, not only to me, but to Forum. Tina Gonchalar, who's a friend of mine, actually back from college, who I have never worked with before. So that's kind of a nice experience as well.
What parts of Scorched make it distinctly a Forum play and something that Forum really wanted to do?
We like to do big plays at Forum. We like to do plays that ask big questions that are complicated and difficult, but that really have a lot of heart to the middle of them. You know, something that we talked about when we were putting this season together was we were really kind of drawn to plays that were talking about home and talking about identity and what does it mean to be from a specific place, or so this really fit into that. And I think what's really great is that it's asking these huge questions about, without giving too much of the play away, it's asking these big questions about what does it actually mean to find out about your history and to find out about what that means to you as an individual as you move forward. And so I think it really tackles those things and asks some big questions of the audience to sort of consider. There are no easy answers to it, but I think it gives a lot of people, a lot of audiences something to think about and to take home with them, which is something that I always hope that we can achieve with Forum.
Do you see this production as a step forward for Forum, as a company, as an organization, and if so, how?
I think it's really important for us to be doing plays by authors and by playwrights who are new to the community. Wajdi Mawad, who's hugely known around the world to great acclaim. I mean, this production has been done over 250 times, but no one has produced any of his work in DC yet. I mean, he's really kind of the hottest writer in Canada right now, which is really exciting. So I'm excited as a producer and as an artistic director to bring a play of his to DC.
One final question for you, Michael, and it's a very simple one. Why should someone come see this show?
I think for a lot of reasons, but you know, from a personal connection, it's just one of the most beautiful plays I've ever read. I mean, the language is just so poetic. And so it has this epic road trip sort of feeling of a play that just takes you all over the place, and so it's a real journey of an experience. It's a whole lot of fun. I mean, there's just some amazing comedy to the piece that really balances out with some of the harder moments. It's by no means an easy play. It deals with some really difficult subjects. But deals with it in a really sort of balanced and even way. I mean, there's a lot of discussion of forgiveness and of how to move on from pain and from really difficult circumstances. But it is a lot of fun. It's a really, it's just an amazingly written play. So.
Thank you very much, Michael.
Yeah, absolutely.